Good evening, everyone. It is my extreme pleasure to introduce to you Bob Kawabe if you have not met him before. If you were at Medipreneurs last year, he was our amazing keynote speaker and also a workshop leader the year before that. So, Bob, the fact that you come from Hawaii to be with us year after year and have such great insights to share. Bob is the CEO, the founder of Kawabe and Associates. He's in the financial industry, but he's so much more. He's a coach. He's an inspirational speaker. He's a survivor of a difficult life pattern. There's just so much to know about Bob, but most importantly, he's a giver. He wants the best and the most out of other people. He works with giant companies around the country, and he also is very interested in you and what you're doing with your business. So, Bob, we're thrilled that you're here. And tonight is a first parter, but I'll let you explain that to everyone and take it away.
Thanks, Michelle. Good evening, everyone, and it's good afternoon for me. It's 1 p.m. here in Hawaii. So anyway, Michelle asked me to do a pre-summit virtual workshop. And as I was thinking, what can I do to tee up for the summit? Matter of fact, I'm going to be doing a live pre-summit workshop in Charlotte called 8 Drivers in Increasing Value of Your Business and Have Free Time. So if you haven't signed up for the summit, make sure you do so you can come and watch me live there, as well as numerous great speakers that Michelle and the team has lined up for you. So as I was thinking, okay, what can I do to help you guys? I was thinking that, why don't I do something that can really, really help you to prepare so that when you do come to the summit, you're going to have the right frame of mind or the right mindset to what you might learn over the summit. Because when you think about a mindset, okay, having the right mindset is really everything as you know, perception for a lot of people in their mind is the reality. And so what I want to help you to see is how you might be able to shift that perception, how you might be able to shift the mindset so that you may be able to see things from a totally different view, totally different perspective, which may give you a totally different meaning behind what you might have been thinking about. And so that's what this session is all about. So I want to start and ask you questions. If you don't mind, if you can come on the camera, because you know what, when I speak to people, I want to see people's reaction. So yeah, thank you. Thank you, Andrea. Appreciate it. Thank you. So my question is, okay, you want to start by knowing a clear vision of your purpose in life. So I want you to think about it real quick, okay? What is your purpose in life? Why are you here? Right? I really want you to think deep, because I know we're talking about business, but to me, both business and personal is all connected, right? Because it's who you are, it's who I am. So I want you to really think about it. Have a clear vision of what is your purpose in life. Why are you here? So I like to go even deeper and say, what is your soul purpose? When I say soul, I'm talking about soul from your heart. What is that purpose? Your reason for being, and how do you want to be remembered when your time is up? You see, most of the business owners, they're so busy, right? They don't even have time to think about those things. And, I can even say that, they can't even have time to even come up for air to really connect with who they are. And my thing is that, your life does not have to be that way, right? Sure, you have to go out and do your business. Sure, you have to go and work and stuff. But you know what? What if you have that choice, right? You can have the choice to do what you really want to do in your life, to have very, very a clarity on what is that you want to do. And my question is this. Let's think about your purpose, okay? If you have a team that's working for you, my question is, does your team know what your purpose is all about? Does your team know why your company exists? Does your team understand what your mission might be? Okay, what's your vision? What's your values? Okay, these are all important things if you want to move together in alignment. And this has everything to do with how much success you may have in your business as well. Right? So I want you to kind of think about that, and that's what I've done. And so what I wanted to do today was to kind of give you some of that insights that I gained from going through that exercise myself, and really live the life you want to live, right? That has a deep meaning for you, so that you can live what I call your life of significance. For most people, you know what that is? Life of significance is, for most people, it's about spending time with those they care about, that they love. It's about doing what they love to do, what they might be passionate about. And thirdly, it's about making an impact or making that difference for the life of other people. So what I'm going to do with this workshop today is to touch up on some of those stuff. Let's talk about your soul purpose, your reason for your existence. Also understanding what your mission might be, your vision might be, and your core values. Again, as I mentioned to you, I'm a little bit different. I know you have a certain mission, maybe certain type of mission or vision for the business, but I want you to connect all that together. Okay, that's going to go along with your personal life. So what I'm going to do now is, if you are ready, I'm going to bring a slide up and then kind of go over there with you. So I'm going to share my screen. And you got to excuse me because I got to move this thing. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go into the slideshow. All right. Okay. So let's talk about this for a second. So what does it take to 10x in all phases of your life? Right? You may have heard 10x a lot. It's becoming like a buzzword for a lot of people. But when they talk about 10x, what are they talking about typically? Right? They're talking about growing the business 10 times, growing their revenue 10 times maybe. Okay? But what if you could 10x in all areas of your life? Let's see if I can go into the next slide here. Sorry, but here you go. Okay. So what it takes is it takes a 10x mindset. Okay. What I was thinking about is that, what by the way, I look at this 10x thing every single day for myself. And I was looking at this. It began to make me wonder. Well, 10x is about business, but what if you can become 10 times better as a person? Why not become 10 times better as a spouse or your significant other? Why not become 10 times better, right? As a parent, a mentor, a coach, whatever the role you might have. Why not become 10 times better? If you're going to be doing something in life, why not become the best that you can be, right? We're not measuring against anybody else. You're measuring against yourself. Just so you know, I also coach athletics. Okay. So a lot of these ideas I got while I was coaching. Okay. So we always talk about competing with themselves. It's not about winning or losing, but how do you play the game? Right. So become 10 times bigger. Yeah, that's great. Become 10 times better in everything you do. And also become 10 times wiser. Okay. So right now, what I mentioned to Michelle is I kind of want to make this more like interactive type of workshop. I don't want to be the guy to be talking. I'm not really a lecturer or anything.
Right.
I just like to just talk about it. So since Michelle, you came on the camera, you're talking to me right now. Okay. what are you thinking about right now as I speak about this?
Will you tell us a little bit more about your morning routine? Because you got my attention when you said you look at this every day. So what does that mean?
Oh,
How do
perfect.
you do that?
Great. Thank you for asking. Yeah. So okay, I do have a morning routine every single morning. Okay. I do several things actually. One, by the way, I'm not religious by any means, but I do pray. Okay. Because I feel that I've been lucky enough to be able to do what I do in my life. And, I'll tell you my personal story one day, but I came, from pretty much nothing. I came from a very disadvantaged type of a situation. And for me to be able to accomplish what I've accomplished so far, to me, I know that I did not do it myself. So yeah, I do pray. And then I also give gratitude. So what I do is I give thanks for everything. That really keeps me humble. You know what I mean? Bring me back down to earth. Because I'm grateful first and foremost for our health, right? Our health and our safety, and be grateful for all that you have, all the ability for us to be able to do, and for me to be able to make an impact in the life of other people, right? So, and then after that, after I give gratitude, I have a wall. Okay, I have a wall full of index cards and all that stuff. Okay, that I read. So 10x is one of the things I look at. Okay, but I also look at different things, which I'll share with you some of the things. I have different sayings, different things to keep me connected. This might be useful for you guys. For this year, I have an index card that's written, and this is something that's good. That's just like my theme for this year. So that index card says, okay, have a direction to execute consistently. So in other words, a lot of people say, I don't have any time, right? But they don't have any time because they don't have direction of where they want to go, right? So if you have a direction of where you want to go, you're going to have time because you're not wasting any time. But the key also is execution. You can think about it, you can talk about it, but if you're not doing anything, what good is it, right? So execution, but I also wanted to do it another step is consistent execution. Okay, I've coached athletics for a long time. If you look at the player in a pro level, that's what they know how to do. They know how to execute, but they can do it over and over again. So my challenge to you is how are you executing in your business? Okay, so so sorry for kind of going on and on there, but I want to let you guys know what I do. That gets my day going. It sets me in the right frame of mind. Okay.
That's
Can
good.
you guys
Thank
feel
you.
my excitement when I'm speaking? Can you guys
Yes.
feel that? Okay. Why is it? Because I ground myself. And by the way, for those of you who might have fear of public speaking, do you know what I do when I speak to public like this? I don't think about myself. I think about you. I want to make sure that I can deliver the best value possible. So when I think about you, other people, I have no time to even think about what am I doing. Okay. Maybe you can be the judge, tell me later, but that's what I do. So this is the 10 times mindset. Okay. Does this all make sense to you guys? Or what I'm saying? Not just be 10 times bigger. Let's all be 10 times better, be 10 times wiser so that we can make an impact for the people that we serve. Okay.
Yes.
Now, this is one of the things I read to every morning. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, he can achieve. Right? Does that make sense? But what I did is I changed it to fit me. Whatever my mind can clearly see and believe, I will achieve. It's not if and buts about it. It's not if, I will. Just find a way. Okay. Now, do you notice that in this picture, I'm not alone? I have a bunch of people. I'm showing teamwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why that is? Because in order for us to achieve the so-called impossible, it's not how we do it. It's about the who. Who are on your team that's going to help you to get to where you want to go. But collectively, in order for that to happen, you must first and foremost help others first. That's how I do it. I'm always looking for ways to add value, always looking for a way to help people first. Okay. By the way, I can do another talk later for you guys about who, not how. Okay. I learned this from the coach I had, strategic coach. His name is Dan Sullivan. I don't know if you guys heard of him, but yeah, but I can talk about that as a separate topic. Okay. But again, this is about teamwork and anything is possible. Okay. Any questions so far? It's okay. It's an open forum. So, okay. All right. But the key question is, do you believe? Right? It doesn't matter what other people might think. The question is, do you believe that you can do it and that you will achieve? Remember the mindset I'm talking about? This is what I'm talking about. And again, through what I do as my morning routine, it brings me back to the state of mind of where I want, where I was before when I first started out. It brings me back to that beginning. So I remember that every single day. I know how it feels like. So that's the question, right? Because this little guy say you can do it. What about you? Right? What about you? Earl Nightingale. I don't know if you heard of him. These are the guys, I guess they call, you can call them the inspirational speakers or whatever of the past. But he had a record out. You remember those records? People used to listen to it. It's called The Strangest Secret. Okay. And it said, you become what you think about. Think about it for a minute. Right? If you want something in life, or if you want to become certain type of people, if you live, breathe, and think nothing but that, how would you not be? Okay. Once again, I'm a coach, athletic coach as well. So we have to do a lot of work on the mindset. So what I do with my players, I have them visualize the player that they want to become as if they're right now. Okay. So if you want to get to a certain level in whatever you do, you got to think like you're there now. And think, if I'm in this position right now, okay, what should I be doing? What are the things I need to know? Okay. Because whether you like it or not, you'll become what you think about. So I want you to have that big smile on your face, okay? So let's talk about your life. Remember, I talked about this earlier. What is your purpose in life? Again, this is a basis for everything, okay? In other words, you have this thing down pat. You're going to gain so much out of the summit that you're going to go to, okay? Because you're prepared. Your mind is ready, okay? And that's my job, is to get you guys ready. That's why Michelle put pre in front of the summit, pre-summit workshop, right, Michelle? So,
Yes.
so I want to make sure I do my job and do great vision stuff for you so that you can see yourself being there. So what is your purpose in life? I want you to think about that. Why are you here? Right? Why are you here? What do you stand for? And reason for your existence. This is with you and you only. Don't worry about what others might think, what they think, or what they might want you to be. Nothing to do with that. It's all about you, because this is where we're going to start from. Okay. I see someone with the Andrea. Hang on. Okay. Let me kind of move this thing around because I can't really see you. Oops. Okay. Go ahead, Andrea.
Hey there, and greetings in Hawaii. I love it. I was diving there a couple of years ago. Magnificent.
Oh, thanks.
Question. I love what you're talking about.
Yep.
And I even put, when you started talking about 10X and all of that, I put a prayer that we say up at the temple. I go to a Buddhist temple that immediately came to mind. I kind of abbreviated it. But what do you say? I love all this. It really makes me think of swinging for the fences. Because even the last line in that Buddhist prayer is for helping all living beings.
Okay.
And yet, I also get incredibly overwhelmed when I think like that, because then I'm driving around and I see all this need, all this pain, all this chaos. And you can only do what you can do. How do you balance that with this mindset? And there's actually a post on LinkedIn right now being shared by health providers that are talking about this, that we see so much, but literally we can only do what we can do, which
Yep.
may be more than we can do. But how do you wrap your mind around that and keep it in perspective?
Okay.
Just thinking.
Yes. No. Great question, Andrea. So what I do is I know what I'm good at. I know my strength. You follow me? And I know with my strength, I know I can do it extremely well. Okay. This is one of them, communication. Okay. Right. This is one of my great strengths that I have. I didn't know that, but people used to tell me, okay, I believe it. I just enjoy people. So for you, figure out what your strengths are. What are you good at? Okay. And stick to what you're good at. And from there, you collaborate. Find other people that might be better in the other space that you might be good at. Right. And you team up with them. And that's what I know Michelle has been talking for years with the Medipreneurs is about collaboration. This is a perfect example of how you can use the collaboration in order for you to help the people that you see as a need. Okay. Now, you can also take on a position of being like a quarterback, like a point person, and being able to coordinate the team as well. I do that a lot. Okay. Why? Because first of all, I'm not technically inclined as you guys are. Quite frankly, my academic is not at that level. Okay. On the technical side of the work. So if you ever ask me about that kind of stuff, it's going to make my head spin. Okay. But what am I good at? My strength is people. My strength is communication. My strength is that I know how to break down complexity stuff to explain things in a simple format so people can understand. I can do that all day long and I love it. Okay. But you put me behind a desk or something and ask me to figure things out and work on the technical stuff, they'll drive me crazy. Right. So I'm kind of using extreme examples there, but that's what I do. What do you think, Andrea?
No, I mean, it makes sense. And when you talk about collaboration, I guess when I think of when my mind was going is, you just drive down the road and you see a lot of suffering, pain, which kind of aligns with Buddhism, right? Life is suffering. But anyway, you see all this and you're like, you can't help every single person. And yet bringing it back to what you can do what you can do. And then the collaboration, then that starts to expand the network. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean,
Okay.
we cannot be everywhere
No,
touching everything, but through networking and, collaboration, yeah, that does leverage your abilities. So, yeah.
I think one more thing that's important for you to understand is that you cannot be everything to everybody. Okay.
Right.
You have to accept that. However, you can be quality and you can be great to certain people that you can serve the best. And you just
Right.
got to understand what that niche or that space for you might be. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. But then not to say that, like me, I'll be honest with you, right? Okay. I'm here just helping you guys, right? Because my marketplace of the people that I work with are in a different arena. But look how I might be able to make an impact for you through something like this, right? So that's something you might be able to do as well, is that maybe perhaps that is not your niche. Maybe that's not your specialty. But with the understanding you have, if you can reach out to multiple people, right? So at least you can give them awareness. I think that's a huge benefit for them as well.
Yeah.
Hope that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. Appreciate
Sure,
it.
you're welcome. Okay. All right. So the next slide. Why isn't it working, Michelle? I'm clicking.
I don't know. Click on top of the slide that you've got. Sometimes see if that
Oh, okay.
is that doing it?
I don't know. I'm clicking, but nothing's happening.
Or sometimes go to the lower left part of the slide and there might be little arrows.
Okay. Oh, here you go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So let's talk about success, right? How do you define what success is? Okay. Being a coach, I had to really, really help the players to understand what that meant. Because in America, in a society we live today, how does people associate success? I can tell you the crazy parents that I have, it's all about winning. Okay. If you're not winning, you're not being successful. So I kind of had to re-educate on that portion of it. Well, let me kind of share with you what success means. And this comes from one of the greatest coaches of all time. His name is Coach John Wooden. He's like my mentor, okay? He said, success is a peace of mind, which is the direct result of self-satisfaction, knowing you made the effort to become the best of which you're capable, right? Because how many first place is there? 1, 2, 3, right? There's only one. So if you gave your best, and there's no way you could have done any better, you come in second place. Does that mean you failed? Well, guess what? Not by Coach Wooden's definition, and not by my definition, because his definition is my definition. Okay? So it's all about helping them to understand that effort, right? And success, as I mentioned to you, is never about winning. Why? Because winning is a result, and we cannot control result. Can we? Right? But what can we control? We can always control the effort that we bring out. We can always control what we can do. So again, not worrying about what other people might say, as I mentioned to you earlier, but in this case, not worrying about the result that you're going to get. Let's worry about what you're going to do right now. Do it diligently, do the way you're supposed to do it right every single time. And guess what? The winning will take care of itself. Does it make sense? So my question to you, let's flip it to your business right now. What are you doing with your business right now that's going to allow you to give the result that you want? So if you're not doing the proper activities, you're not making enough contacts, connections, if you're not talking to enough people, how could you expect to have a success in what you do? But if you're doing the right activities, meaning that making the proper connections, the contacts, talking to the right people, right? Doing multiple appointments as you may want to, or whatever you got to do to give you that result that you're looking for. If you do that often enough, I'll guarantee you, you'll get a result, one way or the other, right? Does anyone have questions on that? Okay, I'll move on for a second. And again, like I mentioned to you earlier, it's all about the effort, right? Okay. And again, success is a journey, though. It is not a destination. I'm sure you have heard of this before, okay? But I kind of refine on how I look at these things, because if it's a destination, you get to success, and now you're saying, well, now what? Right? And that's what a problem is for a lot of people. A lot of the successful business people, they reach their goal. Now what? Okay? Because success is not about, it's not the destination, but it's about how we live our life and who we become as a result of our journey. Does that make sense? When you think of it this way, because life is a journey, isn't it? Life is not a destination. It's not say, well, I'm going to live today, I'm going to die tomorrow. It's not a destination. It's a journey. It's the experience that you're going to have. So is success. So what am I sharing with you right now? Okay, I'm sharing with you precisely what the title of this workshop is all about. It's about mindset. It's about shifting your mindset. Remember earlier I said about perception? Perception is reality for people, but only if they see things one way, but what if you see it another way? Okay. So again, if you look at the journey, this is the road that we have to go on. Okay. Oh, let me go back again. So again, right, it's all about taking that step. When you go on a journey, can you skip steps? So I want to go from point A to point Z. Is that realistic? Yeah, you cannot. One of the things that I do is, I run. Okay. I surf, I run, I like doing all kinds of sports stuff. I am not a like a endurance runner. I hate running. Okay. But yet my kids ask me, well, if you hate running, why do you run? Because I hate it. I want to test my mind. But the point is, I run like 5 miles. I cannot go from 0 to 5 miles off the bat, so I'm done. I gotta take every single step. Every single step I gotta take. I got to go through that. That's the journey I have to go through in order for me to complete my 5 miles. Does it make sense? So, it all comes down to, once again, how you look at things, your mindset. So, anyone have any questions on this so far? Feel free to jump in. Okay. And one of the key things in having the right frame of mind, again, we talk about mindset, right? We're looking at how can we 10x in all parts of our lives. Well, guess what? Attitude to me is everything. That is your very first step on your journey to success. And it also says a lot about who you are and all about how you truly feel, right? Because attitude comes from how people might feel. When you're hiring someone, okay, the way I do it or the way we do it, we hire for attitude over skills all day long. All day long. Do you know why? Because you cannot teach attitude, but you can teach and they can learn the skills. Okay. So far, do you have any questions, anybody? Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to craft your mission, your vision, and your values. So before you come to the workshop, if you don't have it already, or if you like to update or make any changes, okay, I want you to have your mission statement, your vision statement, and your core values ready. Okay, this is very, very important because your mission drives your purpose. Okay, and vision really defines what you can do to help what you're doing. And core values is who you are. That's going to define who you are, and this is how you can see how you might be aligned with the people that you're going to be working with, as well as the people you might want to hire. Okay, so when I work with the business owners, we talk about core values as a tool that they may want to utilize so that they can hire the correct people. Michelle, have any questions, Michelle? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I have found my values have not changed, but my mission and my vision, I keep tweaking those. Will you say one more time, what's the difference?
Or between the two?
Mm-hmm.
Mission defines your purpose, and vision brings that purpose into reality. So, one thing that I want to point out to all of you here listening, again, this is just my personal opinion. So what I'm saying is not correct or wrong. It's just a different way of looking at things, right? A lot of times when people talk about mission and vision, they have two mission and vision sometimes. One for business, one for personal. Okay? So they may have that. I'm not saying that's good or bad, but I prefer connecting my mission for me personally with life, right? Because I'm the same person, to defining what is it I want to do. And Michelle, you can be my witness because you've known me for a while. You've known for several years now. So you can define what you might feel about it as I show you my mission. Because I'm going to share with you what my mission statement looks like, what vision is. So,
Good.
but before we go, okay, let's talk about the mission for a second, right? So I want you to think about these 4 bullets. What is your mission in life? I mean, what is it that you want to accomplish? What is it that you want to do in your life? And why is that? You see, that's going to give you the strong connection. When you begin to know what is that you want to accomplish, do, or, do whatever you want to do, knowing what your why is, that's going to help you a lot. Okay. And then also understanding, okay, now we have what you want to do, you know your why. So what is your purpose? Does that tie in with your purpose? And understanding, again, I'm kind of rephrasing in the same way on the 4th bullet. Why are you doing what you do? I mean, when you connect the first 3, that's all going to come out. Any question on this, anyone? Again, this is just my personal opinion, okay, guys? I'm not saying one way or right. Go ahead.
Bob,
Who's
this is Ben Coakley. How are you, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Ben? How's it going, man?
Hey, man, good to see you again, man. Happy to see you out there keeping all of us straight and on track. But really, one of the things that a couple years ago we did that I think really helped elevate our business to the next level was we had everybody who came to work with us go through a process of defining their own purpose.
Yeah.
And then helping them connect how they, by helping our organization fulfill its purpose, can in tune fulfill their purpose.
Yes.
And that was a massive breakthrough for our company. So I just wanted to share that with you.
No, thanks, Ben. Hey, I agree with you 110%, buddy. And that's where I was going to. Remember I said how I want you guys to connect your mission, your personal, your business. I mean, you're the same person. So why should it be different? So are you guys ready? You want to see mine? Okay,
Yes.
I'll share with you. Okay. Again, by the way, everyone, we're here as one family. Okay. All right. It's okay to be vulnerable as long as you know you can trust people, right? So I'm sharing with you because you know what? I have nothing to hide. I want to share with you so that you might be able to gain from, how I look at things. All right. Where's the drum roll, Michelle? No, I'm just kidding. Here you go. So here's my mission statement, really, okay, is to touch the lives of others to give them hope, right? Because what does a hope do? Hope show them the possibilities of what it can be, right? So once they see the hope, because I like people to break through the barrier because people have all these things. Oh, I can't. No, man, I want to give them hope so they can see all the possibilities. Once they know what the possibilities are, I want to help them to discover their purpose in life. Because now the possibility of hope is now connected to their purpose. Does it make sense? And then from there, hey, we want to help them to realize their dreams as anything in life is possible. That's our mission statement. Okay? Doesn't say anything about my business. But guess what, Michelle? Knowing me for the years you've known me, okay? Do you see me actually doing this?
Oh my goodness. Every time I've ever spoken with you. Yes.
Okay. So this becomes your DNA. This is my DNA. This is who I am. Okay. So again, I'm kind of giving you ideas on what you can do, but I want you guys to really expand your purpose or really bring it out, because when you begin to do that, there's going to be deep meaning behind it. That's what gets me up in the morning. When I think about these things, it gets me pumped up, right? So that's the mission statement for me. Okay. Any questions, anyone? Any comments? I mean, this is your time to ask anything. And again, right, we're here to learn together. So there's no, by the way, I want to make it straight, because some people are very conscious of the kind of questions they ask. Oh, is this question a good question? Okay, excuse my language. There's no question that is a stupid question, okay? All right? if you have questions, just feel free to ask, and I'm here to answer the best way that I can. So I wanted to open up for you guys. If you have any questions, just let me know. Okay. All right.
Hey,
Let's go
Bob.
to the, yes.
Before you move on, I just kind of want to point out, you do this when you work with kids.
Oh, yeah.
And you do a lot of work with kids, underserved kids, kids in
Yeah.
sports. You do this when you help people with their financial planning.
Yes.
Every bit of that is part of
Yes.
it. You do this when you help business owners
Yes.
10x their businesses, even if they're already a multi-million-dollar business. So I just
Yes.
kind of wanted to point out professionally and who you are as a person and what you do for your passion with children. Your mission statement shines in all of those.
Thank you. And one thing to know, okay? I don't want you to be who you are not. I want you to be yourself, but let's exude that person that you are. The connection I meet, I make with people like Michelle as an example. Just so you know, Michelle and I did not know each other. She's in North Carolina, I'm in Hawaii, you know what I mean? So,
And we
so we
haven't
met.
visited yet, darn it.
Yeah. Well, I visited you, not North Carolina, but the point is, okay, what connects me with Michelle is that I am exposing myself to her as a person, right? I don't think I have even talked about business and stuff other than doing what I'm going to help you. But right, I did not leave say, Michelle, this is what I do. How can we work together, right? Would you say that?
Mm-mm.
So I feel like your mission statement really demonstrates your true purpose in what you want to do with your life. And this is a way for you to let other people know what you're all about. That's how you can see, are you connected? Are you in alignment? Or are you guys doing this? Right? So any questions? Anybody else? Okay. The next one is your vision, right? So vision is about your future, or how do you want things to look like? So what is your vision for that future? How does that look like? And also, because you're in a business serving people, you also want to describe who are you serving and how are you serving them, right? And now connect your mission with your vision and bring it to life. So, mission is your purpose, who you are, what you do. Vision is how are you connecting your purpose, right, in being able to help the people that you may want to help.
Hey, Bob, this is Ben again.
Yeah, Ben, what's up, man?
Hey, what are, just in your opinion, like if I was sitting down helping somebody kind of discover their purpose and why they exist, I mean, what are some good questions that you would ask them in order to help kind of guide them towards discovering what their purpose is?
So, first thing is you really want to ground them, right? Bring them back to life, because a lot of times all of us are guilty of kind of pretending to be someone else that we're not sometimes. In other words, not on purpose, but hey, I'm a business owner, so I got to do this, do that, right? My wife always bring back to reality, man. So, but what I really do, Ben, is, when you want to really help people with that, I connect with them and say, hey, you tell me right now, so I say, if you can tell me right now, what's most important for you in your life? What do you value the most? And you can kind of tell the type of people they are sometimes. So like, for me, I really gravitate towards people that's about the family, about making an impact for other people. And so I kind of have that sense of feeling. So I would say things like, hey, so if you could do one thing to make an impact in life of others, what would that be? Or what are the things do you enjoy doing? Because just by, and we're not talking about hobbies, right? But about the type of things they enjoy doing. So like for me, as an example, man, if I have a big ego, that I want to help people. You know what I mean? So that really drives me. So for you to find out, what I want to do, to really find out about me, I'll tell you, hey, you know what, Ben? I want to make a difference. I want to be able to make an impact the best way I can for people. So I don't know. Does that make sense to you? What I just said? Just find out. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a great question. If you could do one thing, to help someone else, or what would that be, or something like that. I think that's a great question, because we talk about, hey, what do you enjoy doing, and things like that. But I think when you distill it down to like, hey, if you could do one thing and one thing only, what would that be? And I think that is that's a very powerful question to ask somebody. So thanks, Bob.
Yeah. Another question, Ben, I think is important to ask is, when your life is said and done, how are you going to be remembered?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yep.
You know
That's a
what I mean?
great one. Yep.
Because what I'm doing, Ben, is that I'm going one level deeper. Does that make sense? I'm really getting deep into their heart.
Yeah.
And so, you want to do the best you can to connect with them first, because once they feel that you're connected with them, man, they're going to be ready to answer those questions.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not about the question itself, although question has a power too, but it's the connection that you're making with these people. Does it make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they got to be, because you're diving down into the depths of their heart and their soul. I mean, they've got to be completely comfortable sharing that vulnerability that comes with that. Is extremely hard to overcome for some people. So the great points, all really good points.
And Michelle, if I may add, okay, Michelle, I know that a lot of people here, like academias, they a lot of technician stuff. And so I know for some people, it's very difficult to ask these questions. Okay. So what I'm doing right now, just so you know, okay, I'm totally right-brained, guys. All right. I already know the right side. I don't know the left side at all. Okay. And so you guys are some of you are complimenting me that you're on the left side. So what I want you to understand is, okay, I want you to come in the middle. You don't have to come far right. I want you to come to the middle. So you have a good understanding of, okay, you know what? I want to be able to connect with these people on the emotional side. Right. And so, it's all about so it's nothing special about that. All you want to do from that is just truly to understand, okay, who they are. Just align yourself with how they are, who they are. And the best way for you to do that is to find people that you feel aligned with first. So in other words, if you're not aligned to begin with, and you want to go deep with somebody, it ain't going to happen. Okay. And then you're going to come back and say, well, Bob, you know what? You told me to do that. It didn't work. Okay. So what I'm saying to you right now is find people that you are aligned with. So that could mean like, the people that might think like you, may enjoy doing the same thing, different sports, or, different type of performing arts, or whatever that might be. Okay. Find the sweet spot. That's what I do all the time. I find that alignment. I'm very, very good at athletes. So anybody that play athletics as they're growing up with the business people, that's my go-to. So you have any questions, Michelle?
No, this is great. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So let me share with you what my vision is. Are you guys ready for this? All right. I'm going to share with you my vision. Okay. This is our vision statement. So we're known for helping successful, self-made, family-oriented business owners to live their sole purpose in life. So that is spending time with those they love and matters the most. Doing what they love to do and are passionate about. And making an impact in life of others and help them to live their life of significance. Okay? So what does my vision says here? So let's go back to my mission statement, right? It's about what? Showing them the possibilities, right? It's about helping them to give hope, help them to what? Discover their purpose, and helping them to realize their dreams, right? Knowing anything's possible. You see how it's connecting now? I'm connecting with a specific people that I know that we can have a huge impact for. So what did I say? I didn't say business owners. I love self-made guys, the people that start from the ground up. No offense to the second or third generation, but if they have the same quality, we'll help them too. But I'm looking for the connection. I struggle my whole life, pretty much, right? I came from the ground up. So I can relate to what they're going through, what they've gone through. They can relate to what I've gone through. That's the alignment I was talking about. That's a connection right there. Okay. That's why I like self-made. I also mentioned family oriented. Okay. Hey, I came from a broken family, guys. So I didn't have a very, very good childhood. So it was my purpose to have family of my own. And for me, divorce is not an option. Okay. I came from that life. I don't want that. So we really cherished our family life. You know, my wife and I, we haven't been married that long, but we've been together for 40 years almost. Okay. We have 2 wonderful kids. I do anything and everything for them. We took conditions. When it came to athletics, I was hard on them. Okay. Discipline. Discipline is everything. When it came to academics, same thing. Don't bring home a 3.8 or 3.9. Okay. You're going to bring home 4.0. Because if you're elite athlete, by the way, both of my kids play, you know, collegiately, and my son's going pro right now. So they have the mentality. Okay. So if you have the same mentality for athletics, do the same thing for academics. Okay. So as a result, yeah, both of my kids are over 4.0. But the point is, it's not about the grades. It's about the effort, right? So what I'm saying to you is, I'm family oriented that way. So can you see how I'll connect with business owners if they're family oriented? Because I'm going to talk to them about that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go and talk about their business right off the bat, right? I want to talk about their family. I want to get to know their family, okay? And I want to help them to really, hey, time out, man. Don't worry about working so much. You already made 20 million bucks. You want to go make another 20 million? Or another 30 million? Why are you here? What is your purpose? What is your sole purpose? So when you break it down for most people, these are the 3 things. So this is our vision statement. Okay. Any questions for anyone? Our time is almost up, guys. So you got to ask me other questions now.
It went fast.
Yeah. But by the way, if you haven't signed up to come to Medipreneurs Summit, you got to sign up and you can meet me in person and I answer all the questions you want. Okay. Not to mention the workshop that Michelle has lined up for you is fabulous. I heard the speakers the other day. Man, so I'm going to be there for the whole weekend, Michelle. I know I'm doing it on
Love it.
Friday, but I'm going to stay for the entire weekend because I want to also experience what everyone else is experiencing. So, okay.
Fantastic.
All right. So I'm going to go to the next step here. So this is also important is your core values, right? This, I call it principle of your life, of my life, because this is who you are and what you truly stand for. So I want you to ask these questions. What do you value? What do you stand for? And what do you want your team to buy into? Right? Your team got to know this now. Or if you don't have a team, whoever you might network with, whoever you might work with, this is how you gauge them to see whether you guys are aligned or not. This is what I call my stress test for people that I want to help and work with. If they don't show me this, it's a no-go for me. Life is too short, right? And great thing is Michelle has all this and then some. So, you know, I was really happy to connect with Michelle. And I'm going to show you what our core values are in a minute. But when you hire people to work for you, this is how you find the right people too. I don't know if you guys read the book by Jim Collins, right? Having the right people on the bus by putting them on the right seat. Okay. We didn't say right seat and the right people, right? It's you got to find the right people first. So this is a way for you to weed people out, because if they do not share similar core values as you do, in my opinion, it's a red flag. Okay.
Hey, Bob, this is Ben again.
Yeah, Ben.
Sorry, I feel like I'm hogging. the
No, it's
conversation.
okay, man. Yeah, I love it.
So, has it, in your experience, have you seen, like, when people start to live out these core values and how they show up in the world, right? That you tend to attract people with similar values.
Yes. So I do business consulting with the business owners, and yeah, I mean, this is the first thing we do, man. And some guys will actually make plaque with each core values, you know, going up the stairways or whatever, and this is how they hire. And this is how they transform the company. Because, when you look at employee turnovers, or when you look at people, that don't want to do things here and there, that's because the core values are established. People doesn't understand what the purpose is in life. When you begin to do that, it's very, very difficult for a company to succeed, because you want your teammates, you want everybody to be on the same page as you. So.
Yep,
Okay.
that makes sense. That makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
Okay, anyway. Oh, what happened? Did somebody scratch? Okay.
I don't know how that happened.
That was me. That was me. I was trying to move your picture over so I could read, and I
Oh.
pushed the wrong button. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No problem. Can you see me, Wendy? Did you see
I
it?
can see it. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
Thank
no
you.
problem. All right. Okay. So let me share with you what our core values are. Again, I want you to make your own, but just want you to see. And I'll explain to you what it means, okay? So our core values, I'm going to go one by one. Trustworthiness. For us, that's huge. So in other words, when you write your core values, I want you to underline and write what that means to you. Don't just come up with a word, but what does it mean to you? Okay? Trustworthiness to me is everything, right? Because we want to be able to trust each other, not just trust them, but I want them to trust us and to be able to trust each other. To me, that's like the highest of standard for everything that we do. Without trust, for me, it's nothing. Integrity, we want people to follow through. We want to be able to, again, that's a trust factor too, right? We want to make sure that we have some people that we could, let's say, that's going to be part of our team. If they say they're going to do something, do it. Okay? I don't want any excuses. If things wasn't done, it's okay. We're not perfect. Just let us know. Right? But integrity is huge. Honesty. We all make mistakes. So I promote that it's okay to make a mistake as long as you learn from it and you let us know. Can you imagine if you have anyone working with you or working for you, made a mistake, but they don't tell you until you find out it's kind of too late, right? So I want to promote honesty. Respect is important too. And when I say respect, I'm talking about mutual respect. I'm not just talking about, we want someone to respect us, but I want first and foremost for each individual to respect themselves first. Does that make sense? Because unless you can respect yourself, how do you expect to respect other people? Okay? And that becomes our environment, right? Accountability is huge. It's huge. We want to be able to count on people. If they say they're going to be doing something, we want to make sure that they're going to do whatever it takes to get it done. So I'm gonna kind of give away a little bit with the 8 key drivers too, but when you have people that's working with you that could be accountable for you, imagine how simplified your business is going to be like. Right? Think about all the stress that you're not going to have because you don't have to worry about it. Okay? That's why to me accountability is huge. Not to mention that when people trust us, we want to make sure we can deliver that. Positive attitude. Remember I said attitude is everything, right? But what kind of attitude? Positive attitude. That becomes contagious. Okay? Transparency. We want people to know exactly what we're doing, why we're doing. We don't want to have anything where it's hidden. We want everyone on our team to be able to see everything, as well as the clients, the people we're serving, right? And this goes true with your personal life too. But you want someone to be transparent with you, right? You don't want to keep guessing what they might be thinking. Oh man, what is Michelle thinking about? She's not opening up to me, right? So you want to make sure you have the transparency so that we all can understand exactly where you're coming from. Okay. And then the last is giving, right? I don't know. I believe in life. It's about giving. By the way, I've gone through all my stages too, guys. right? I was a taker, right? I mean, I'm a survivor, so I had to do that. But once you understand what that is, once you have enough for yourself, right? That's like what Maslow's hierarchy, right? If you can take care of yourself, now it's about giving. And you know what we found? At least I found, it feels 100 times better by giving than taking, right? Because now we're able to make impact for the people. So these are our sets of core values that we live by. So I want you to know what's yours. Okay. I know it's past 2 o'clock, so we're kind of done. I want to open up for any. Oh, I see a lot of chats going. Sorry, I didn't even open it.
No worries. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight, and I have a quadruple return on investment for you if you want to take a look at that in the chat. But please, Bob, let's go to questions because this has been so much great information.
Yeah. So before we go, do you have any final questions for me? Don't be shy now. I'm here.
Sue Paul, what is that book? And instead of
The book, some of the book that I said.
there's one that Sue told me about, and you might have also been about instead of takers, givers, but it's a certain kind of
Oh,
givers.
the Go Giver.
Go
Yep.
givers, yeah.
Yeah, the Go Giver. Yeah. Yep. We make any of our new hires. That's one of the required readings. We make them read the Go Giver and Lead for God's Sake by Todd Gongwer. Those are 2 required reads that anybody who wants to join our team has to do, because we talk about that a lot in our hiring process.
Go givers, and what's the other one?
Lead for God's Sake by Todd Gongwer.
By the way, oops. Oh, I'm not done yet. Sorry. One more thing. Henry Ford said this many, many years ago. He said it in a different way. I kind of customized it the way I say it. But this is what he said. Believe that you can or believe that you cannot. Either way, you're right.
Right.
Right? I mean, it's again, perception, your attitude, your mindset. That's what this is all about. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, why not believe that you can? And you will.
Bob, the book, The Strangest Secret,
Yeah.
is actually available for everybody. Just go to YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's on YouTube, so people can listen to it. It's a really short, easy read. My father grew up in the financial services insurance business, and that was like the go-to book in the 70s and 80s, man. Earl Nightingale. Yeah. So
Yep.
so we had our team listening to it like 5-6 months ago.
All right.
Yep. So we still go back to that one too. That's a great book for everybody.
Okay.
But it's all about mindset. All about
Thanks.
if you wake up every day, believe you're going to be successful. Guess what? The magic happens.
Yep.
You will slowly but surely start to adopt the habits that will lead to you being more successful. It's a phenomenal thing.
One more thing that I want to also share with you guys before I go. It's all about the environment, guys. It's all about the environment that you create. Okay? Create an environment. So create a circle of people that you want to be like, past and present. In other words, they could be dead, may not be around, but read their words. You know, Coach Wooden, you know, he passed away back in 2010. I wish I could have met him before he passed away. But I met his former players at UCLA and stuff. And so we kind of talked about it, but I still learned though. I read his pyramid of success every single day. That's my foundation. So what I want to let you all know is create that environment. Okay, like Ben said, you know, you want to read that and stuff, but make that like your goal, right? Is to read something different every week or every other week. So you can immerse your mind, immerse your thought with those positive things that you want to become or that you want to be like. I mean, that's really, that's the half the battle, really. Mm-hmm. If you do that, you can accomplish anything you want in your life, you know, but with doing it for the right reason, right? So Yeah, so I want to encourage you, and then Earl Nightingale was like a godfather of motivational thing back in the day.
He was, man.
Yeah, he was a man.
My dad is 72 years old and still talks about
Yeah, he was a
Earl
man.
Nightingale. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
He
So
also
anyway,
he also is a Dan Sullivan guy too. So
okay, yeah. So yeah,
Yep.
I was part of his coaching thing. So
yep.
So anyway, I posted my information here. If if you're too shy to ask questions on camera, feel free to reach out to me. No problem. Okay. So I just leave you my information there. And I just wanted to thank you all for joining us today. And I personally look forward to the Medipreneurs Summit. I'll be there. And I also look forward to meeting you all there as well. And again, it's not an advertisement, but I just believe in what Michelle does. So if you haven't signed up, better do it now. Okay.
Please do. We're under 4 weeks now, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So I want to say mahalo and aloha.
Hello.